Hey, y'all, welcome to the VBG Brief, episode
We
5.
started.
Yeah, episode 5. We're well on our way to being a top 1% podcast in the world. If y'all listened to the last episode, we told you, hey, this is what it takes to be a top 1%. We gave like a clear number. So that's what we're shooting for. Today we got my guy, Mr. William Winters, in the building.
Welcome.
Yes, sir. My barber.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We got I wish I had a haircut. I would like pull it off full circle, but like I think on one of our episodes, check the pictures that we have coming out soon. I might add one of those, but he cut me the day before, so I think you might be my longest standing barber.
Wow.
Sheesh.
Not yet. Actually, never mind. Mr. Clarence from he was the first person to cut my hair, and he cut it into I was like 11 or 12. So we got a ways to go. But you have cut like in my adult life, like my hair the most. Yeah, the longest. Yeah. So from the day I got married, I got a cut. Yeah. I stumbled into his barbershop when I was interning back in the day. I was interning downtown at McKenzie Ryan. And on my lunch break, everybody would go grab lunch, but I had to go get a cut. So it was like, man, this is like I gotta go get a quick fresh cut, man, because I mean, especially when you're on the phone all day. Like I know they don't see you, but it just feels different when you got a cut. So, hey, man, appreciate you being on with us, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we just kind of kick off you talking a little bit about how you got started in the barbering world. What that journey? Tell us a little bit about your journey and a little bit about yourself.
Well, first of all, I started cutting because I started cutting my own hair because I got tired of everybody else screwing it up. So I said, well, let me try to do it on my own. And I guess I got good at it because I started cutting people in the neighborhood. And from that point, they told me to, why don't you just go to barber school? And I never really thought about it. So I went ahead and took the initiative, and I got into barber school. And the name Mr. Groom, it kind of hit because even though we had to wear certain uniforms in barber school, I wore it better. Let's just say it that way.
Yes, sir.
They were wearing ties. I was wearing bow ties.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen you wear bow ties like multiple times in the shop. That's like a signature look.
I tried to incorporate that into my barbershop when I first opened. That didn't work out too well, but it is what it is. But we had to actually have a model of a barbershop in class, and we had to name it, and we actually have to put down the square footage and the whole 9 yards. And I came up with Mr. Groom Room. It actually was the Groom Room, and they told me that it was taken. So I put Mr. in front of it, and it stuck. I actually am one of the only ones when we graduated to open up my own shop. And probably out of 12 people that graduated with me, I think I'm the only one that's still cutting, if I'm not mistaken. It's a passion for me.
So it's a lot of turnover in the industry for sure.
It is. It's a lot of turnover. I stuck with it. I started working with a barbershop called Before and After. And I stayed with them for about a year. And then one day I got called into the office by the owner, and they fired me. He said the reason why he fired me because I was doing a lot of advertising for myself, but I was not including the name of the barbershop. So they asked me to leave. That was on a Monday. The following day, Tuesday, I opened up Mr. Groom Room Barbershop. And the rest is history.
I think it's dope to see the personal branding all throughout in that. Like, because a lot of people, when you're thinking about like marketing, they try, like even in a set, they don't think in that particular chair, I'm working for somebody else. They don't see the need for personal branding, but it's like you stayed the course and kept doing, and to even today, like how that's kind of catapulted you to where you are today.
Yeah, I mean, even though you're working in somebody else's shop, you still got to brand yourself. You know, you don't want people to just walk into the shop and go to anybody. You know, when you come into that particular barbershop, I want you to come to me, so I'm going to advertise me. it is what it is.
Yeah, it's a lot of industries that can learn from that. A lot of people can learn from that, kind of take that model. Cause we see it all the time. And then when they get out on their own, they don't have nothing to stand on because they haven't been doing the personal branding.
Right.
So yeah. Now tell us a little. So when I first met you, you were downtown. You were downtown in a kind of interesting area of Raleigh. And I say that because I kind of saw like the change, the evolution of the area. So when I first started coming over there, it was like police cars and brothers was doing some things that they maybe shouldn't have been doing in the
Absolutely.
front. And then I feel like not too long afterwards, I saw the like key sign of gentrification. I
Yeah.
saw a white lady pushing a stroller down, and in the stroller it wasn't a baby, it was a dog. And I said, yeah, this whole block is changing, like for sure. Talk a little bit about where you at now, like where you heading.
Well, when I first got to the area was on Martin Street. Martin Street, if you know anything about Raleigh, it was one of the roughest areas in town. It was a lot of drug activity, a lot of everything. People down there, they don't just fracture the law, they break the law. So I knew a lot of the guys and women that was in the area from either growing up with them, going to school with them, and they took another turn. I just wanted to kind of give back to the community. So I opened up a barbershop there so they can come. A lot of people didn't have a lot of money, and then too, I just wanted to get back into the neighborhood to give back a little bit. It got rough. When I first got down there, it was a lot of police presence down there and a lot of hanging out in front of the shops. But with the respect that I had with the people that I knew, they kind of took it across the street, took it up the street. They didn't. They just gave me the respect that I asked for. But it was still kind of bad. It was a lot of shootings, a lot of drug activity. It was a lot of everything, and I started losing clients. So fast forwarding it to today, I was down there for about 8 years, and it took its toll on me. So I am now on Falls of the News. My address is 700 Exposition Place, Suite 121. I have a one-man shop now. I got away from that 5-man, 4-man shop. A lot less headache, a lot less overhead, and I actually can concentrate more on my clients. That one-on-one experience, that jazz experience. I play a lot of jazz in my shop. I even have a chandelier hanging. So it's a different experience.
Yeah.
Vibes.
I have some questions about the TikTok content creation. How did you like initially get into that? What
Well, I
what
started
sparked you to?
watching other barbers posting their work, and I just said, well, let me start to see if I can get into that realm of work also, because this younger generation is they heavily on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. I wasn't. I wasn't at all. So I said, well, their work is not as good as mine. That's just how I felt. So I said, let me go ahead on and start doing posting work. I'm gonna go ahead and start posting some of my work, and it jumped off. So I started doing a lot of live stuff, and every piece of work that I did, I took pictures, from the before and to the afters, and it's working out.
Okay, so you're showing your work, putting yourself out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just want to say you can see me featured on a couple of those. Just yeah, just you can scroll down and see me up there a little bit. So yeah, I
This man.
just throwing that out there.
Todd has a type. Todd has a type of head that you have to put on there because yes, he does have little waves in his hair, but it's just
What?
I had to
Well, he
feature.
thought that was a joke, but he was actually complimenting like, but great, yeah, a great head on my shoulders, and just a beautiful wavy hair. So yeah,
Oh my gosh. I was saying, you started doing content creating, and you keep kind of joining the wave and the new generation. Everything is on TikTok, Instagram, stuff like that, social media in general.
Mhm.
What have you felt like it was the most successful part of you starting to post? What did you find like that worked the best for you? Because there's different things that work better for different creators.
Just a lot more advertising, not just posting the work, but just say what I can do for you. Uh, that one-on-one experience, it's just different, and especially the niche that I have is that I'm faster than most other barbers. Most barbers take 30, 45 minutes for your head. For me, and I'm gonna just keep it real with you, I'm gonna be honest. It should not take that long. It should not take that long, 30, 45 minutes to cut a head. Either you high or you fixing something
Why do you think that?
up. It's either you high or you fixing something that got mixed up. Some people like that experience. I just don't. Because for me, it cuts down on the money situation. It just cuts down
My
on
barber
that you can
takes
make for
an
the day.
hour, man.
It shouldn't take that
An
long.
hour.
Unless you
It takes
prefer.
an hour.
Now, Wells, if you prefer that hour, then so be it. Fine and dandy. But it don't take that long.
I prefer
Wells
30 minutes, bro.
Wells got a big head though, so that play a lot into it as well. Wells got
It
a big old
shouldn't take that
chrome.
long. It shouldn't take
30
that long.
minutes, bro. I'm only getting like, the thing is, I don't even cut my hair like fully. I only get like the high tint fade and I get like the fade here. I don't even bring my beard down. I just get a trim. That
That's
takes an
15
hour.
minutes, bro. That's 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's what I say.
That's 15 minutes.
I hope my barber sees this because we've had this conversation before.
Yeah, bro, you can't be putting your
They revisit him after
it's
that.
like ethics, bro. You can't be putting your barber on Front Street right here.
Now it's like I'd be like, why is this an hour? Like, I'm not getting no shampoo. Sometimes I don't even get shampooed. I show
and
up.
like I said, I'm
like you just
I'm
edging me
always
up.
be
Like
honest.
you
I'm
barely
always be
cutting.
honest, and I'm gonna keep it real with you.
I
Either
gotta come to you, man. I'll come into Raleigh.
Come on.
I'm
It's
gonna come
one
to
of the
Raleigh
two,
to get
man.
my haircut, man.
It should not take that long. It's either that or they're trying to fix something that they messed up and they're just not telling you. It should not take that long. It shouldn't. And I just, by me being in this business, I just look at it as just you have to look at the monies that's trying to be made. You have to always set a goal. When you're starting to cut hair, every hour you should at least cut 3 to 4 hairs in an hour. And depending on the money that you're charging, let's say, for instance, you're charging $50 for a haircut, you should make it at least $150 to $200 an hour. And if you're doing that for 8
that's what
hours,
I pay for an
that's
hour.
$1,600 a week. That's $1,600 a week. Easy. If you calculate it out, but see, if you doing that, a lot of people like you to take your time though. They want to come in and go to sleep. They want conversation. I don't have time for that, and I don't have the patience for it. That's just me.
It's
People
money
got
that needs to be made.
people.
I wanna
Not
get
only
your
just
head
that,
cut.
people got places to go. They ain't got time to be sitting there watching somebody or listening to them on the telephone or watching TV, changing channels or what. You don't have time for that. This is not a salon.
Man, I had some bad experience with some barbers, man. I've had some bad experience. I've waited 2 hours for my barber one time because he was behind.
No.
Done the
Shouldn't be
same
that way.
thing too.
It shouldn't be that way.
Hey, the most I've waited for Mr. William is maybe 10 minutes.
What?
Maybe 10 minutes. I don't look, I have the
$100.
utmost confidence that I'm gonna get in and I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get my hair. If it's somebody in front of me, it's not, I'm not gonna be in there all day. That's why I wish I had a medal when I was young too. I remember my dad taking me to the barbershop when I was young and I'd be in there all day. And then miss Saturday morning cartoons. And I feel like too, you got the real like system too, because you got the Booksy app that you use and you stay pretty tight with the scheduling there. So almost professional, man. Absolutely.
Whatever time that you book, that's the time that you get in and you get out. Like you said, the most you're gonna wait is 10 minutes.
Yeah,
clap it up, man.
Hey, I gotta tell you, that's never happened to me. I've never gotten the time I booked. I never got that time. The time I leave, I've never got that time.
I almost always expect to wait 45 minutes to an hour before I get.
That's very unprofessional. That's unprofessional.
That's what I say. I think these barbers nowadays, they're getting lazy, man.
But not only just that, being unprofessional, if you're going to be running behind, it's the courtesy for that barber to let you know, listen, I'm running behind. I'll take this much off of your haircut because I'm behind, or you're double booking. Why are you doing that? When my people come in, you come in and sit in the chair, or like Todd said, you're going to wait probably no later than 10 minutes. And that's because I'm finishing up.
No, man, no, that's not. You got a system.
I was gonna say, does it matter like how much the barber is charging, depending on like the type of service you receive, or it just depends on you?
A lot. You should charge by your experience.
Okay.
My average haircuts is $50. With my experience that I have, I should be charging $100, $150, but I don't. I don't. Now I'm gonna let you
Yeah.
know now. Times are changing. There is no more $20 and $15 haircuts.
No, I
Say-
didn't want to say how much I pay for my haircut because I didn't want, yeah, I didn't want my price to be the price everybody.
but I'm saying every year the haircuts go up. And the reason being, a lot of people saying, why you keep going up? Because every year when you're renting space out, rent goes up.
Yeah.
Products get higher. So you have to
Yeah.
charge. You have to. If not, you're going out of business.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you're right, Mr. Groom. I think you've given a lot of advice to barbers in this space, in this business. Definitely, they need to be more in time. This is definitely a shop. I hope we can send this to some barbers. I might send this directly to my barber.
Wow.
Not to offend anybody, please.
Okay.
He
I've
about to
brought this
put,
up
he
multiple
about to
times. I'm
push
like,
Wells all, he about to push Wells all the way back.
bro, why you late,
He about,
man?
yo,
But this man told me one time, listen, I booked and I showed up on my time. This man talking about, oh yeah, I can't get you. You gotta come tomorrow. I was like, what? I've already
Why?
paid, man.
Why?
Why? Because he booked a bunch of other people. And I'm like, nah, it's not right, dude. We have this conversation all the time, man. I'm like, we gotta be professional here, man. Like,
See, I let a lot of other barbers know this too, and not trying to throw myself out there and be conceited in any kind of way. If you cut as fast as I do, you can add another client in between clients. But if you can't cut that fast, why are you adding other people in, or a homeboy or a homegirl? No, why?
But they
Because
see the dollar sign. They see the dollar sign. They're like, yeah, I want some more.
your
But they
services
can't
are not that
pull
good.
the
You can't do that. Your services are not that good. You can't do
good
that.
business advice. It's definitely in the realm of customer service. But we want to jump into like next step for your business, Mr. Groom. I say Mr. Groom. I'm calling you by your barber
Everybody,
name.
trust me. Everybody.
Yeah, man. What's up next? Like, what do you got in the books when it comes down to like taking to next level? Do you got like merch training? You say you talk about your experience. You already in the
Actually, to
social
be
media
honest,
page.
to be honest, what I'm trying to do is I'm actually getting into another occupation. That's one
Okay.
reason why I downsized, just to cater to the loyal customers that I do have, like Todd. Todd has been coming to me for a minute, and I just still cater those. Getting new clients, I could get them, but right now I'm just finishing up my master's in criminal justice, and I'm actually contemplating law school.
Okay.
That's my next.
What made you want to go into criminal justice law school?
When I was cutting hair on Martin Street, there was a lot of kids that was in the community that didn't have anybody that they could talk to or what they were actually going through. No mothers, no fathers, and a lot of them have gotten into situations that they couldn't get out of. So, unfortunately, it was about at least 4 of the young guys that used to come into the shop that got murdered, that I did talk to and try to keep them out of harm's way. Um, So I just try to advocate for them. You know, a lot of them have
Yeah.
nobody to talk to keep them out of the way. And law school may not do that, but the other occupations within the criminal justice system can. So I just wanted to, do my due diligence to try to help out as much as I can and advocate for who I can.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So next steps is like kind of go into that realm and trying to see what you can do for the community. I feel like you've been serving your whole entire life, Mr. Groom, just making people
I
look
have.
fresh, and now
Seems like
trying
it.
to touch their heart, change their mind, lead them in different directions.
Yeah. My
That's
better
what's
half
up.
tells me I need to sit down somewhere.
I feel like they always say that. Now, listen, if you guys come to the barbershop on a regular basis, you'll get relationship advice. Yeah. And we can't like some of that stuff can't be played here, but
Yo, I need to go to the barbershop there.
Hey, listen, he talked about everything.
I ain't go to a barbershop, bro. I'm gonna be there soon. I might tip my hair to get cut.
he got
Bring him
some
through, Todd.
funny one-liners, man. He got some
Yeah.
funny one-liners. It's one joke that he yeah, it's one I'm thinking of that I can't say it here, but I'll never forget that one. So
Go on a shirt. Can they go on a shirt?
it can't go on a shirt. I don't know many people that'll print it, but it's a good. Yeah. I
Wait, how
told.
long?
I'll throw one in
Yeah.
there every now and then. I'll throw one
Yeah.
every now and then.
Hey, I gotta hear one of those. I gotta come up in the shop, get me a haircut, get some relationship advice. But Mr. Groom, how long you been in business? I don't know if you said that at the beginning of the podcast. I want people to hear. Sounds like you've been there for a hot minute now.
Let's just say this. I started cutting hair when I was 20 years old. I'm 61 now.
Oh, sir.
So
You
Yeah.
know,
wow.
something that's
Wow.
very important. I feel like the young folks growing up missing out is consistency. So like, especially in your business, you show consistency. You've seen the shifts of
Oh,
like you talking about that
absolutely.
street. What I don't know what that street's called and how you've been like consistent and
Martin
just
Street.
Martin Street, just consistent in being a good barber and just it kind of from hearing what you're saying, it shows. And so, what would you tell our viewers, listeners about consistency in their business? Like, because you probably seen highs and lows, and you stick through it. Like 20 to 60 cutting hair,
Uh,
that's a long career.
let's just say what I would say is stay relevant. If you stay relevant, you'll definitely have consistency. At my age, it's not too many barbers my age doing what I do. A
Yeah.
lot of guys, barbers that's my age, they'll probably give you a number one and a number two, line you up and tell you to go head on.
Number ones,
You know, so I try
the
to stay.
number ones, yeah, man. Those days brings me PTSD.
If you
Well,
looking
ball.
for
What's
a
number one? A ball fade.
A
pretty
ball
much like
fade,
that.
man.
But
Yeah.
if you want a taper, I do man weaves, I do facials, whatever you need, I perform those services.
That's what's up. So staying relevant and improving your crafts. That's what's gonna keep you consistent and loving it. You mentioned that you super passionate about this. So someone that's been doing this for a long time, you gotta be passionate about cutting hair and
Absolutely. I
just
love cutting
to
hair.
keep doing it. So yeah, that's what's up, Mr. Groom. Yeah, I'm glad we met. I'm definitely coming to your shop. I'm pulling up.
Absolutely.
I'm getting a cut. I'm posting it. So guys, be on the lookout. This might be the thumbnail.
And after the cut, you need to post right behind it. This took 15
How long does your cut take? I bet you ain't gonna say over 30 minutes.
Sheesh. All right, man. Hey, I'm about it. I'm gonna pull up.
Man, we just thank you for jumping on, man. And it's our
Yeah.
first guest that wasn't already in the family, so that's pretty dope. Yeah, like
Okay.
that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So our first local guest too, local to Raleigh,
Oh,
not
that's
local to
true.
these
Hey.
guys. So it's dope, man. Yeah, we'll put this out and share it, man. We thank you so much. Hey, share your Instagram so everybody, your Instagram and TikTok will be in the. We'll put them in the show notes.
Yeah. Instagram is Mr. Groom Room Barbershop. And you can just find me anywhere, MrGroomRoomBarbershop.com.
Let's
And it'll
go.
pop up.
Hey, man, thank y'all for listening. We'll see y'all next time.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
4.